Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me again on the Rad Movement YouTube. It is I, Robbie Rapole, as usual. And today I have a video for you because today is my 2-year Ampuversary. I didn't even realize it until I just looked down at my phone and saw that it was December 20th. So December 20th of 2019 is when I had my right lower leg amputated. It's weird because I can't believe I've lived 2 years as an amputee already. And then coming up in May will be 3 years since I broke my leg. So it's been a wild and crazy ride. I can't believe it's happened so fast because it all felt so slow at the beginning. So here I am. Sorry, it's a little weird, thinking about what it really is, I had my leg chopped off 2 years ago at this point. I remember it was a weird day. I was in the hospital. I was trying to go home afterwards, and somebody fucked up on paperwork, and I couldn't leave the hospital that night, even though I totally could, and I felt fine to go home. So that was weird. Then when I got home, Donna told me that there had been an email written about me, and it was from an anonymous source, and it was basically exposing me for the bigoting piece of shit that I am, and I'm abusive, and I'm a thief, and all this shit. It was really interesting that it was sent anonymously, because if you have these accusations about a person, you should at least be able to create a dialogue about it. And this email went out to like 20 different prominent companies in the tattoo world. And basically it was a defamation letter. They were trying to say that I was a fraud, and that me losing my leg was a scam, and I actually wasn't losing my leg. So it was really weird. So, as I'm getting out of the hospital, about to start my new life as, a 1.5-legged man, I have this like emotional struggle to face of these people that are not coming forward about who they are, but just saying that I'm a really bad person, taking certain events and flipping them and making it be like I'm this horrible, horrible man. So it was a weird time, because that's what everybody needs when they're coming out of the hospital as an amputee, is, somebody to run a smear campaign against them. The coolest part about that letter, though, a number of people that got the email written to them sent response letters, just basically tearing this person's theories down and calling them out for being shitty people. One of the people, when I saw him later on, a couple months later, I was like, hey, I really appreciate the donation that you made to me from the GoFundMe after I lost my leg, after the amputation. And I really appreciate the fact that you didn't allow that email to sway how you felt about me. And he was like so nonchalant. He was like, fuck him. And it was just so cool to know. So something that was meant to take away my strength was something that helped me acknowledge my strength even more. And so to speak even further, my leg probably should have taken away my strength, but it made me realize how much stronger I am. I've never leg pressed 1,000 pounds with 2 natural legs, but having this amputated part of me and this prosthetic made me really have an inner egoic need to fulfill that and feel strong, but it made me feel stronger. I don't do this anymore because I feel like it's a very scary practice. I don't want to break either one of my legs, the real one or the prosthetic, because the load is so heavy. But I know I can do that. I can wakeboard better now than I did with 2 natural legs. Don't know how that happened. Once again, I think it might just be a part of, my inner being coming out and saying, hey, we want to be strong. We want to be a badass. Let's be a badass. And this is how. So like, it's really cool. A number of people have told me just how my story inspired them. My dad, before he passed away, I really only remember him saying that he was proud of me after losing my leg. He wasn't a super sentimental guy. So for him to come out and say, hey, I'm proud of you. And it's funny because he's like, I'm proud of you for walking. And I'm like, well, what do you mean, dude? Like, I need to walk, so it was really cool to feel that. But it's interesting how, certain people view your situation than you view your situation. One of my friends, he's had cancer and he's been battling it for a while now. And we ended up in the same business class together. And, we had a moment of sharing and comparing and contrasting and saying, dude, what you went through is so much bigger than what I went through. And he was like, no, what you went through is so much bigger than what I went through. So it's just interesting how differently we can view each other's traumas and situations, and then how much we can actually take from these situations. One of the things I've really had a hard time accepting over the years is you grow from these pain points. And I know that's true, but I hate it. It's annoying, it's frustrating. And I have to look at situations like this and say, you know what, you do grow, you did grow, you will grow, you'll continue to grow, and you'll just keep growing more and more and more through all these hard times. And, with the celebrations of the overcoming of the hard times. So I guess really what I'm trying to say is, if it sucks, it's probably going to be good for you at some point. If it hurts and you don't want to do it, it's probably also going to be good for you at some point. And you have really no idea who you're going to be on the other side of tragedy or difficulty. But I guarantee you this, if you work hard at being the best version of yourself, if you just don't quit on yourself, if you just don't give up on yourself, if you keep giving it your all, and sometimes your all could just be a little bit because you don't have much, you're gonna fucking make it. And you're gonna make it like so much bigger and better and brighter and bolder. My life is so much bigger and better and brighter and bolder than I could have imagined it would be just a short period of time after all of this. I've got a running leg, I can do wakeboard stuff. I have the 1,000 pounds with the leg press. I'm at the gym all the time, inspiring people just by living. So, as I reflect on something that was definitely the most difficult time of my life, I realized that the beauty that came was far greater than the pain. And that pain was only there for those moments that it was there. And now, I forget I'm even missing a leg most of the time. As I'm sitting here, until I just said I'm missing a leg, I didn't realize I was missing a leg. So, that's cool. So, it still hurts sometimes, like emotionally. Sometimes I'm still a bitch about it and I want to whine about it instead of like be stoked that I'm just here. But at the end of the day, I live way more better times than I live bad times. Way more happy times than sad times. And the lessons I've learned from this experience of losing my leg is probably one of the biggest and most fruitful lessons I've ever experienced. So I wouldn't change it. Yeah. Pretty weird, huh? Yeah, I wouldn't change it. And that's okay. Because it's who I am now. I love all of it. I look cooler now. Yeah, so love you guys. Thanks for listening. And if you're facing anything in your life, some drastic changes, maybe even an amputation, you're gonna make it. It's gonna suck for a little bit, and the other side of the suck is gonna be way better. So try not to stress it. I love you all. Have a great night. I'm rad and so are you. Like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you next